It was about as much to purchase that property as it would have been to buy like a residential home in New Jersey.
Everybody was just friends. I don't know how else to put it. It just, nobody cared who each other was. We were just really glad to be together in that place, you know?
It felt really great to be in a small venue, to feel that connectivity of the sort of old farm vibe.
A lot of that nature and culture you're talking about, that people who live in a dense urban area, you get this experience that's just multi-layered, and the ranch provided that.
Right away, they just made me feel at home. Ken, we called him the ranch man.
People had heard what was going on up there, that it was this kind of free zone with the music and the shows on the weekends. It was just like this weird energy, and people started to hear about it and started coming on up. And people were sending us letters saying, hi, you know, I want to work up there in the restaurant. I like horses too. I want to come up there. Why are these young people running this thing? Wait a minute, where are the adults? Hey, wait a minute, like, I'm checking into this place, and like there's this kid giving me the key, and that's the kid who's cooking breakfast, and his wife's like running the horse. Wait, who's in charge here? You know? And that just attributed to more magic and at every turn.
Ken and Michelle were pouring every penny they had into the ranch. So we would eat all our meals together. We would, you know, clean together. We would party together, and it was definitely a true communal situation. That you know, it was beautiful and inspiring and chaotic and silly, and greatly changed us all, I think, for the better.
We got into the whole thing with the ranch because I never had any money in my family, and my uncle that I didn't know was my rich uncle passed away. So I'd been given this little bit of money, and we were given a heads up by his dad, actually, I think, had found some information in one of the New York papers. And
I told him about Fat Tony, the mob.
Yeah, oh my God, I forgot about that. Yes,
Right.
okay, it came from Fat Tony.
Right.
Fat Tony was the one who told your dad, and then
we went up there, and Whitey knew Fat Tony.
And I'd been riding horses with Goody for like many years, so when I saw the horse thing, I was like, hell yes.
To see all of these bands weekend after weekend at the ranch, that really sparked something else, that it's not just a New York City thing. We've got Fish involved from Vermont, and then we got Widespread Panic involved from the South, and then there was, you know, Billy Preston and the band, and so it became a much bigger than the sum of its parts, the entity, and it brought this whole communal feel from the city into the Woodstock era, you might say.
I found a phone number and called down there. It was just, it was me saying, hey, you need to hire me because I know the local community, and basically wasn't going to take no for an answer.
I met Michelle, and they found out I knew about horses. So about a week later, I moved in. It was crazy. Without the concerts, it was hack rides all day. Get up at 6 in the morning, go feed the horses. After we fed the horses, we would go eat breakfast, then we'd go back up and saddle horses. And then guests would start coming around 10 o'clock, and we'd start taking them on rides, on the trails.
Hi, Ken! Okay! People entertaining themselves on our front lawn.
That downstairs room is where the real shit went down. That's where First Church of Fun happened. And that is one of the most epic events that ever happened at the Arrowhead Ranch or even Wetlands. We had, 250 kids maybe? And I remember that we set up screens in the dining room and we were showing cartoons, Marx Brothers movies or whatever it was, Charlie Chaplin, silent films, Buster Keaton, whatever, on screens while people were eating. And we had a great dinner, and people were way into this. And again, go back to what we said before, horses were part of this, which again, taking people out of their element. You're coming up to the Catskills and you think you're gonna have this weekend and you might do archery and shoot a rifle or maybe, but like, man, you're gonna go out on a fucking horse and that horse might run and that horse might go. John Popper has, his gun collection with him everywhere he goes, and he's wearing the bandoleros. He has a big poncho on, and under the poncho he's got 2 starter pistols. We're out on the horseback thing, and we're off my horse, tightening his saddle. And he thought it was an opportune time to take out his starter pistols and go like, woohoo, bang, bang, like in the Western movies. And then that horse took off, and it was either Michelle or
Looks
Darren
great now, though.
reached out and like grabbed him, chased after him, saved his ass, man. And the whole thing,
Oh,
in
yeah.
my mind, all I hear is Chris Barron laughing, that laugh. Like, that weekend absolutely transformed so many people. And the legacy of that weekend, or the legend of that weekend, radiated out because everybody who was there had some insane story that they told to 2 people that told it to 2 people.
I'd like to thank Ken and Michelle for having us, and also for Mother Nature for having us today.
These folks are going to stick around and do one more tune for you, and then Hot Tune is coming out here. Yes.
We were all growing together, and it's one of those things in life. It's one of these rare kind of synchronicities where everything comes together, and you can't create that. You can't formulate that. You can't make that in a petri dish. It is organic, so maybe in a petri dish, but you can't. That can't be artificially made.
You can't put lightning in a bottle.
Exactly. And this was lightning in a bottle for sure.